Hey everybody, what is up? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, coming at you from the Wicked Awesome Grow Room. It is cold outside today, and wet, and windy, and rainy, so I'm not out there planting radishes like I had planned. So instead, we are inside, and we are going to be planting one of my favorite fast-growing leafy greens, baby bok choy. Before we get going, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with what's growing in the garden and get some more great information like this fast-growing nod-heading cabbage that I'm about to show you. Got it? All right, let's get going. Baby bok choy grows very, very fast. It goes from seed to harvest in about 55 days, but you can harvest it much earlier than that at about 35 days for baby greens. I really love bok choy. It's been one of my favorite vegetables for a very long time. I love to eat it raw and shredded in salad. It makes a great crunch mixed in with some kale and spinach and lettuce for a nice variety. It's also extremely nutritious. Tons of vitamins and minerals in here, full of antioxidants. It's really healthy. I love it. Another way I like to prepare it is in stir fries because it is an Asian green. I grew up eating it in mugu gai pan, which was the only thing I really liked when my family ordered out Chinese food. But also it's really great just on its own, grilled with a little olive oil. Actually, it can be very good sauteed with radishes. And then the radishes that I'm planting tomorrow get nice and sweet and crunchy, and it's just a really, really great combo. So definitely give that a shot. These are a nice early season green. You could plant them out now, direct sown in the garden. It's about 2 weeks before our last expected frost date. So they can handle a light frost and they will be fine. But I have some space that I really want to turn over quickly in the garden, and these will germinate faster and get growing a bit faster if I start them indoors. So we're going to start them in here, transplant them out to the garden, and then when they're ready for harvest, I'm going to pull them out, and one of my hot season vegetables, the peppers, will be going in their place. But now I'm going to take you through how we plant them. So what I am starting my bok choy in are these 2.5-inch pots. It's a 9-cell tray, and I'm filling it with a pre-moistened seed starting mix. This was a Jiffy organic seed starting mix that I also mixed in with a brick of burpee cocoa coir to help extend it a little bit. There really aren't any soil nutrients in this, but that's fine because you just want it to get the seeds up and started, and then I'll transplant them out to the garden and they will have fertilizer there when I transplant them. I don't want to fill the pots all the way up. I want to have them with some space there because once I put the seeds in, I'm just going to cover them lightly with a little bit of soil, and so I don't want that to overflow. And I pre-moisten the soil so that there is immediate contact with moisture. You want it damp, you don't want it soggy, because that's just going to lead to mildew and rot for your seedlings, and that's not good at all. One of the things that I didn't really think about when starting this channel is showing you what I actually do with the food that I harvest from my garden. So this might be one of my first cooking videos that I show you. A lot of people assume that they don't like things like radishes, but that's because they've only ever had them raw and they have a kind of spicy bite to them, which I like. I love raw radishes. But I had never had cooked radishes until just last year, and let me tell you, when I did try them, they were amazing. And I will talk about this all again in my radish video, but I really wanted to talk about it here as well because they actually are a combo that most people don't think about and people deserve to know how delicious they are. So bok choy seeds are very small and round. They remind me actually of broccoli seeds and Brussels sprout seeds, and that makes a lot of sense because this is a brassica. We're just going to sprinkle a few seeds in each one of these cells. I'm not growing a ton, but I do want enough for a few dinners. I'm going to have some friends over now that we can do that again, and I want to make them some nice dinner. We're going to be doing some cookouts, and these are wonderful, brushed with some olive oil and then put out on the grill. So super easy, just a few scattered in each cell. I think I've got 6 or 7. They're very small little baby seedlings, so you can spread them around a little bit. I think I'm going to add just a few more to each cell because I want lots. And then I'm just going to gently throw a little bit of soil on the top of each, lightly cover them. Great thing about seed starting mix is it's very fine. The seedlings aren't going to have to fight through a lot to get up through the soil and reach the light. There we go. Pat them down a little bit. And then once they are all covered, handy dandy spray bottle. Like I said, this soil was pre-moistened just to make sure that it was damp all the way through, but you really want to add that moisture to the top of the soil and make sure that the seeds are nicely settled in so that there's contact with the soil all around, and that's going to help them germinate. One thing that I could have done here for an extended harvest would have been to plant 1 row of seedlings this week, in 2 weeks another row, and 2 weeks another row. And that would give me a staggered harvest, and we would be able to be harvesting from these all summer long. That would have given me a staggered harvest. But I find that in the spring into summer season, that warm up from May to June is just too fast and will cause these to bolt and go to seed. So I'm gonna do 1 big harvest all at once, and then later with summer going into fall, I'll plant a more staggered harvest. We'll direct sow them out in the garden as we pull out some of our summer crops and transition into a fall garden. So now we're gonna place on the humidity dome. This is going to help keep the moisture in, keep the soil damp, keep it warm, and once the first seedlings break the soil, we're going to remove that because leaving it on will create an environment where mold and mildew could happen and will damp off and kill our seedlings. I'm going to mist these every day or so until they germinate. These have always been very fast germinators for me. They usually pop up in less than a week, but they can take as long as 2 weeks. So there we go, the bok choy is in, and we'll get those in the garden in a few weeks as soon as they've got their second set of leaves. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for coming along today while we grow something wicked awesome from yard to table. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please click here for more content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to go through this journey with you while we grow something wicked awesome from yard to table.